expensive? Okay, I personally believe that college is too expensive, mostly in part because of how colleges spend their money. But I also believe that in time, this can change for the better. According to the U.S. Department of Education, a 2012 government article called Tuition Costs of Colleges and Universities states that tuition has been increasing over time. And I made a graph to show you, break it up by year. So in the 1980s, tuition in terms of $1980 was right here. And then in terms of 2012, with inflation and everything, this is how much it was. And so it goes like that for the rest of the years as well. So you can see how it's been increasing over time. And so this graph, this table shows that tuition has been drastically increasing over the years, and it continues to increase. Now, tuition needs to decrease because there are many of you who are paying more than you can afford to pay, and in the process, you're incurring student debt. So, according to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, as of May 2013, American borrowers have racked up to about $1.2 trillion in outstanding student debt. Furthermore, Suzanne Snyder, an education reporter at the U.S. News, states in her 2014 article, Avoid Turning into a Scary Loan Stack, that in the year 2012, undergraduate students took on $27,183 in student loan debt. While the numbers associated with student debt are astonishing, there are some who believe that college isn't expensive enough. Colleges need money to cover the costs of their facilities, utilities, as well as the salaries of professors and staff. And the tuition just isn't enough to cover it, and therefore tuition should increase. David Leonhardt, author and managing editor of the New York Times website, believes that if tuition prices were to increase, then students would receive enough aid to make up for the increase, and therefore they wouldn't have to pay any more than they're already paying. However, state aid is decreasing. According to Phil Olive, policy analysis with the United States State Fiscal Project, and his colleagues, state spending nationwide on higher education is down 28%. Therefore, state aids wouldn't be able to cover the cost, which is why the cost should decrease and not increase. But how? How can the cost of college be decreased? The colleges could decrease their spending. Do colleges really need state-of-the-art facilities? Most colleges have state-of-the-art facilities to compete with other schools and attract students. But there are other ways that they could attract students through better programs as well as better professors. In addition, another way for college tuition to be decreased is through investors. Companies could invest into Goshen College and it therefore decrease the cost. Here at Goshen College, Apple invests into Goshen College and they use their iPads. Furthermore, if state and government support were to increase, then college tuition would decrease. If states were to redirect money, like for example the $57 billion they put into prisons, they could redirect part of it into education, and it could keep citizens out of prisons. And the result of these changes would be that college tuition would be more affordable, and that there'd be no student debt in society, which means that students can go to school without worry of debt, and they can get a better education and therefore become better citizens. The structure of colleges have been around for a long time, but they can change, but not very quickly. In the meantime, there are things that colleges can do to increase the cost of tuition. Colleges can increase student employment, they have more opportunities for students to work, and they could also possibly extend it to local businesses. There are also things that you can do for yourself to make college more affordable. You can talk to financial aid counselors, and they'll help you utilize financial aid as well as help you with decision making. And you can also talk to administrators and push for cheaper tuition. But through talking with administrators, you'll also be able to understand why tuition is so expensive, and you could help them see what they can't see. Now, this may seem difficult to do on your own, but all change started with one person, and you could be that one person.